Right then, welcome back to the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Now, last time that I was doing over about 3 levels. And basically what I mean by that was that I was replaying one of them to collect whatever I needed to collect, as well as basically you're going to have to do the same thing with certain things, which will be like the shields, because don't forget you need shields, coins, and something else, which was a specific thing that I collected last time on one of the missions, or should we say levels. And basically what I did do was, of course, collect one statue. And basically what the statue is all about is basically a specific thing that will help you in the game, as well as possibly have a lot of fun. But I'm not going to let you know what I am on about, because probably you might have an idea because you've played it before, or you've just left the game for a long while and you want to do Call of Duty and other new games that's out and about now, as well as just get on with your personal life and bits and pieces, basically. But then again, if you've watched the film and you're into it, then enjoyed playing the game when you was younger, or either when you're in your personal age group numbers now and you think, oh yeah, this Narnia game is quite cool, I like to play it, as well as get my help to teach you how to play it and what is involved in it, basically. So yeah, last time I did 2 levels, including this one again, which is, of course, saying LANTERN with, of course, WASTE, of course, that's there. And of course, basically collected one shield at last, but of course there's a couple more hiding, which are 3 of them precisely, as well as on the left hand side where the shield is, there is a number 10 sitting right beside it on the left hand side, which are statues, which is about amount of ones that's hidden around the area or wherever, as well as the other 2 levels I did do was called 2 Western Wood. I'm pretty sure that's what the WESTERN is spelled to be. Of course, got wood right beside it, including there is also got a very nice 15 shields to be collected, and 3 of the shields already been picked up, as well as there are 29 of them hidden around the place, and so we've got to find them sooner or later, as well as the other mission I did do, which was called Beaver Den, or Den, however you pronounce it. But I'm going to also make sure that you can see pretty much everything. So, yeah. Right, we've also got another set of 4 shields to collect in this one. And I've already had collected one so far. And also we have got the next level, which is through the Tunnel, whatever that spells exactly. So yeah, we've got that one to do. And of course I think we will do this one straight away, because this one's going to be a bit of a tricky little bastard, but we'll get there. And also there's a specific way you can do this one that I can give you a couple of tips and tricks of knowing exactly how you're supposed to do it. Because there's a couple of problems in the way. So, yeah, I'll give you the tips and tricks and bits and pieces, then you'll know exactly what to do. And where is Edmund? Leave their brothers and sisters. Lucy, Susan and Pia. Oh yeah. With the White Witch.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Naughty, naughty.
I thought you might. Tell me, Edmund. Are your sisters deaf? No. And your brother? Is he unintelligent?
Well, I think so. But Mum said...
Then how dare you come alone?
I did bring them halfway. They're at the little house at the dam, with the beavers.
Well, I suppose you're not a total loss then, are you? Margaret, you know what to do.
Hurry, Mother! They're after us! Take them.
And that's what we've got to deal with. The White Witch's bitches.
Stephen, can you hold it shut? Right. Children, I can shoot through the exit. I'll be as quick as I can.
And the other thing is, we're going to have to save Beaver. With the bar at the top in the middle of the screen there, where you can see the Beaver symbol that is flashing red. He's going to be attacked. Now, when you see the red bit flashing, basically it's saying he's in trouble. And like I said, you're going to have to save him. But also there is a couple of other problems in the way. Right, first, you've got the wolves to stop you. And of course you've got some other criminal that is going to deal with the Beaver. As well as, of course, in another area, somewhere in this level, or involve you to go to a specific area and find where beavers being attacked with or been taken, as well as with the wolves that will come across in your way. Now, basically what I mean is that the net where Pierce has pulled the thing to bring the net up, if you look closely on the right hand side of the screen, there's a bit of wood or a bit of bark there. That is where the wolves are going to come from. And basically, they're going to try and bite through it and be free. Now, with the wolves, when you have to deal with them, they will pop up on the left-hand side of where your character will be. And another criminal that will pop up sooner or later will be on the right-hand side. And basically, if you look where Peter is, and you can see a yellow symbol of a colour that's around and around it. And basically with the criminals, like the wolves and another criminal, they'll be having a specific colour around in a circle. And the only way you can tell when that they're going to be coming through the net, where Peter has just made a little trap, and when the blue colour disappears, that's the end of the level for you to complete it. Because what you're going to have to do is make sure the beaver that's in the middle of the screen from the left hand side to be on the opposite side. And that's basically all to it. Apart from, you're going to have to get Susan to do some bits and pieces, as well as a couple of other things that you're going to need her to do to save you from having more problems. So first of all, if I were you, just go to the bow of Susan's arrows for her to use. And don't forget, when you use Susan, she'll have 50 arrows or 50 snowballs. But the snowballs are for free. Just like gold, anything that you can basically use. Apart from a couple of other things. Right. When you collect up the arrows, and you can collect them again, they'll disappear. But if you watch closely, if you did see that somewhere Peter was, that well and truly is now, that they will return for you to collect. So make sure you collect those. Right, if you want to use the bow, you want to hold the L2, the L1 button, and push the X. The square to fire an arrow. Okay. And of course, you can team the characters together to do some stuff. Right, now with Susan's little thing I brought on my last recording, which I will show you. But before I do, and how I've managed to get this to come up, is basically what you want to do is push the start button. And so, the thing I did buy, which was Stone Song, and that was for 50 quid. Now, on this level, if I were you, before you do this level, you want to buy something else. It will save you a bit more, having less trouble while you're in the middle of the game of this level. Because some bits will involve you to either stop you getting the things that you need, and some other little bits and pieces that will just come across to get in your way. So if I were you, you might want to buy something else first in this level, and before you do it. Right, before I show you which one to buy, what I'm going to do is read a couple of things out, which you've got, of course, on Pia. You've got Braveheart, all children. Now this one here, when you pay for it, for 50 quid, one of the health bars of yours will be topped up, and when you do pay for it, it will just do it automatically on every single one of these children. So it doesn't matter whoever you use to put onto this one, it will just go straight on, and then you don't have to keep paying it over and over and over to do that. So don't worry about that. Next, you've got Wolf Bone, or Bean, or whatever it's called. And of course, is for 50 quid. There's going to be a nice little for you to use. And of course, Edmund will be able to use that. But of course, as you haven't got Edmund, he won't be using it. And of course, you got Lion's Lap, or Lump, for 100 quid. And of course, it's a nice little thing for you to use if you want it. And of course, you've got Team Attack. Now this one is for 50 quid, but only Susan and Peter can use that one. And of course, you've got GHOUL, Bone, or Bane, however BANE is spelled to be. And of course, those are what most of Edmund's and Piers things that they will have. Susan will have, of course, the Bone, like I said, Braveheart. Like I said, you can use that anytime to top each one of the 4 children's health to be a bit more bigger. Team Attack, which is the same thing, like I said, with Pia, because they work together to do that. Of course, when you buy it for 50 quid, as well as push the triangle when you're close to them. And Susan will have full CIRLE, and that's 100 quid. And also, that's a nice little stunt for Edmund and Susan to do that. But he ain't there. He ain't bloody there. And of course, we've got HAWK, whatever it's supposed to be. Of course, speed right beside it. Now, basically, this one's going to allow you to have the arrows to fire a bit more quicker. And of course, you've got the DRYADS with, of course, MELODY for 50 quid. And of course, this is the one you want to pay for, so you can get some more shields wherever they're hiding in certain levels. So we're going to pay for that straight away, and that is the one thing that you're going to need to do in this level, because like I said, it's a bit of a tricky one, as well as you could possibly might be doing the bits and pieces again and again. So if I were you, just pay for that first. And of course, last of all, Lucy has got Braveheart as well, like I said, but also she has got Wolf, TAME, for 50 quid, which is for Lucy to do a nice little thing. But I'm not going to go too far deeper into this, because you're going to need this level done. Right, before we do, you've got 12 shields. No, not 12 shields. 12 statues to be found in this level, and 13 shields. There you go. There we go. Okay, so once you've got your thingies, which is your bows. Right, there's a statue right here, but we're going to leave that Right, also what you want to do is push the square a couple of times for Peter to use his stick to whack that, or get Susan to spin around like this to knock it. Or basically you could try and get Lucy to do a nice little thing by doing that. Right, don't forget you want to push R1 just once or twice to get to the character you want to use. Right, also you'll find a barrel where you'll find your stick. And next of all, what you want to do is get Susan ready. Right, when something happens, what you want to do with the music that Susan's got now, which is the Stone song and the one I just paid for. And the way to react that is to press the square button. No, the circle button, sorry. But we'll do that in a minute. And yeah, this is the other thing we're fighting up against. But if I were you, find out where Beaver's been taken. That's the first thing you want to do. And just keep an eye on where he goes. And make sure you keep an eye on the Pevensey family is. Right, first of all, you want to push the circle button. And keep an eye on the hit of a song when you hear it. Now the green one. Oh, excuse me. Bag of poos. Right, so the green tune, that is the one I pay for. Right, square, triangle, Y and triangle. So now the green one is the one that will give you the shield. And of course the other one, which is of course the statue, which is the red one. You want to do that one next, which is square, X, circle and X. Right, as that's been done, if I were you, just get those done first. Okay, then next what you want to do is possibly whack the statue whichever way, and take some of those out now if you want, which is probably the best idea. Right, and of course don't forget, when you're attacking enemies, some of them will give you red health bits and pieces for you to pick up, and some of them will do something for you. And what I mean by that is a shield. If you do whack the enemies in a certain amount of times of whacking them all, so if you get about 4 plus or 6 plus or whatever, just keep going until you get a shield, basically. And you're going to have to do that a couple of times before you can actually get a shield. And the only way you can to get some more of these things is just move around a bit, wait until they start to come down from where they are, and just keep whacking them. And just make sure you stand in the right place and just keep smacking that square. Just like I have just now to get number 2 shield. So as long as you keep doing that, then you'll be okay to get most of the shields. So as you can see, I'm just whacking these. So as long as you do exactly what I'm just doing, and don't bother trying to do the beaver just yet, just leave him be. Ignore the voices for now, and just keep whacking these. And basically the number of the amount of these things that you can get hold of by keep whacking these, and ignore the rest of it, And what you want to do is just make sure it reaches number 11. That's the maximum number, but as I have done the music tune, what I'm going to do is make sure it says 12, basically. And that's what I'm going to do. So that is the best way you can do it. Just make sure you keep whacking them in the right place. And what I mean by that is just keep whacking a specific one in the stomach or wherever, and then just keep an eye on where the other ones are when they jump down, and then just make sure you're quite close to the ones that's getting closer towards you, and then just keep whacking them until you reach 11 if you haven't collected your first shield from the music like I have, and then you'll be all good. And so far, what I've done is just keep doing the same bit, which is okay, but that's probably the best idea of what you want to do, even if it's going to be the same boring thing that I'm doing, but it has to be done. Or either basically what you can do, like I'm thinking, that you can come back to this level and keep collecting more next time, which probably what I might do, to be honest, because you're probably saying, why have you got to keep fucking doing this bullshit? But yeah, I might just do that and probably get another 1 or 2 shields, and then we'll move on. There you go, there's another. So I'll say we'll get one more, and then we'll move on. Because also when the beaver gets attacked from... was that 2? I swear that was 2. No, I don't think that's supposed to happen. That's supposed to do 1 at a time. That's weird. But as long as it does that to you, then you've got a little bit less chance of keep doing this level again and again and again to keep picking those things up. But as that was a quick one, I might as well try and get another one while I'm at it. But also, as I say, that you can always do another thing, which is when something else happens, what you can do is just keep kicking the shit out of these until another one of those shields pops up. And then you can just do that if you want. There's another one, so I think that'll do. Right, how are you? Before we get another shield, statue, there'll be a couple of statues around it for you to collect. There's another one. So it's still got a couple more shields to collect, but right, so there's one statue over there, so I'm going to ignore that one. Did I get the other one right here? Yeah, I did get that one. Right, so the rest of the shields, or most of them, will be over there. Okay. There's also another statue up here, where you have to use Susan's bow And also, the way you can tell when you're about to hit a specific thing, like that statue there I just did, make sure there's a sparkle sitting there, and then it will tell you that you're accurate enough to do those. Okay, right, also what you want to do is hit a couple of bombs, detonators. Oi, that's not right. Get out of the way. I've got some commentating here, thank you very much. Right, so as you blow that detonator thing, what you want to do is use a snowball, basically when you're standing by it with a fire on it. Susan will use that on there, and also with that there will be a full life bar for you to use. Right, so now I'm going to get onto the main bit now. Oh, got another one of those. So that's okay, that saves me a bit of a problem. Right, first of all, what you want to do is stay over it. Next of all, what you want to do is probably stay over here for now. And don't use the boat for a little bit. Just for a little bit, not too long. So on the left hand side, where Beaver red bar is, and where Peter's or whoever, and then what you'll find is that to happen. Now what you've got to do is also escape, or get the family to escape, especially if you have seen the film before. And yeah, right, so now what you want to do is come over here and take on about 3 or 4 wolves. Right, also with some of these other criminals and stuff, they're going to come and chase after you and stop you, so make sure they don't hit you while you're using that boat. Right, now once you've done that, what you want to do is another thing. Right, as you saw, there was a bar on a circle on the left hand side where I was getting Susan to use the boat. There'll be another circle on the right hand side, which will be all about that enemy that went after Mr. Beaver. There'll be something like that. Who's going to do something else? Which is the other thing that you're going to have to keep an eye on. There's another one of those. I need one more. Shield. So like I said. Right, now with the last shield, it'll be somewhat. And we'll deal with that in a moment. Right, when you start attacking this little piece of shit, there's going to be these big fuckers that are going to stop you. And what I mean by that is get in your way. Right, while you press that circle button straight away and do the music tune and get that out of the way. While you. Right, next of all, oh, too late. Now the reason why that happened is because either Peter or Lucy's disturbed that. Right, so now what you're going to have to do is stop them from nudging that thing off. Right, for you, what you want to do is get one of the statues from the corner. Right, while you just get Susan to hit the statues and get those out of the way. And then you don't have to do that anymore. Right, so once you've done that, what you want to do? Oh, no. You're not going to hurt Lucy, I'm afraid. Right, so on the right hand side of the screen there, as you can see, there's a red circle. That is the other 2 parts of the enemies that's going to stop you. So every time when it happens, they're going to allow you to say, "Oh, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get away with it that easy." Right. So eventually, what will happen is that Mr. Beaver's going to be taken. So if I were you, sometimes you might want to stay over it until it happens. But it depends on how the game's going to react. It might react that, or it might react to the ones I just attacked and make them bugger off. It might do that, so it's all random. So you want to make sure nothing like that happens, because if it does, like that, for example, so you've got to hope and pray that it goes the right direction. And hopefully it just goes your way and you'll be all sorted. And also when these things comes along, you want to avoid them. Just like this, see? When it happens, you can't tell. Right, also sometimes you might want to stay quite close to where Beaver will start to do his little job and get attacked from. Oh, who's just getting attacked here? Susan's getting an attack. So you just got to hope and pray. What am I use that for? Could I use that bloody thing over? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I should have used that in the first place. So now, if it's happened to you like this, you might want to stand quite further away from where they are, so you can get a better chance to exactly stop these from pushing that thing off. Oi. Oi. Ugh. Excuse me. Also, you might want to get the R2, the R1 button pushed once or twice. Very quick. Oh, this level might be quickly done, because Mr. Beaver on the right hand side is close to the other end from the left hand side where he started off. But it depends on how well it's going to react. Right, as that's happened, we'll take this shield statue. Alright, but also what I want to do is, well, not quite halfway from where the beaver's going to fall, been taken. So, oh, so when that happens, if you can't quite get a track where he is, it might stop you. So just try and keep your eyes peeled on where he is. He might stay where he is, like he is now, or he might run off. But also you want to keep on whacking him before he runs off. Because if it does, then, well, you have to chase after him. But sometimes you don't want to do that. But yeah, you just got to keep on top of where Beaver's going to be taken from, or other things. Also what I'll do is get Peter out, just in case he turns up again. But no. But yeah. That's how you can do it. So like I said, it's all round and it might kick your nerves out, but yeah. As long as you've got your nerves settled, you'll be fine. So there we go. There is that level done. With 13 shields. And of course, 12 statues. 72 coins picked up. And of course 50 spent. Because yeah, you want the music tune. And of course, that most important. Very good from there. But also what I was going to say was make sure that you just get the Stone song and the other one I just paid for, which I will remind you in a few seconds. But let's just go to that first. And of course the one I did pay for which was DRYADS, and of course MELODY, which was for 50 quid. Okay, so next of all, the new things that are available, which we'll start with Peter. And the new thing that is available, which is VALIANT, well, it's supposed to be exactly, and Heart All Children. So once again, with Braveheart All Children, all you got to do is just pay for one of those, and then the health bar of each of the 4 children will have their health filled up, and you don't have to go to whoever you want to keep paying 50 quid every time. So you don't have to do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so Susan's new thing now. We've got Rain of Fire, or whatever RAIN is spelled to be, but I'm pretty sure it's Rain of Fire, and that is of course 200 quid. And of course it only works with Susan and Lucy, so you have to team up those two. Of course, you can team them up anyway, but you can only use this if you pay for it. And of course, you've only got Eben, the one with just, of course, that heart one, which was the VALIANT. Pretty sure that's what it's spelled, even though the words have got a flashing red colour on it. Just distracting me with the spellings. Yeah. And of course, you have got something for Lucy now, which is, of course, the VAIL, or it could be 2 L's, whatever that feigned heart one is. But of course, don't forget Susan's new thing, which was Rain of Fire. As I said, those two can link up to use this one, as well as a new thing, which is GHOUL, Tame, whatever TAME is spelled to be. But also, it is on to the enemies. Now, I'm pretty sure this one is to do with the ones that are the small body fat things, whatever they are exactly. So you can get Lucy to do something with them, basically. Which I'll give you some more information soon about that. So there's those, but I'm not going to pay for fuck all. I'm not going to save it right now because we've got plenty of time for some more bits and pieces. And so there you go. There's that level done. And of course we've got Frozen Lake. But we're not going to do that one now, because what we're going to do is go back to this one, which is the LANTERNWASTE. Well, that spells the beat, because we've got some little bits and pieces that's got to be sorted out. And basically what I mean by that is to remind you what you've got to do. And of course, possibly mind you that if there's any bits and pieces that's missing, or some bits that you're struggling to get hold of, then you're going to have to keep replaying them. Keep replaying the levels. Luckily, I've just done a couple of bits and pieces to work out what I have done and what I haven't done, luckily. But as I've done that, and I've always said it, something's going to backfire on me, I think. But we'll see.
Impossible. I'm sure it's just your imagination.
Maybe we should go back.
Shouldn't we at least take a look around?
I think Lucy should decide.
I'd like you all to meet Mr. Tumnus.
But we can't go hiking in the snow, dressed like this.
No. But I'm sure the professor wouldn't mind us using these. We're not even taking them out of the wardrobe.
But that's a girl's coat.
I know.
Ooh, there might be boys slapping soon. Anyway, right then. So, what I'm going to do is remind you bits and pieces. Okay, right, first of all, you might want to smack this barrel for Edmund to have a stick. And of course, push the circle to break a bit of frozen stick of wood. And press the square a couple of times to break the rest of it. And possibly kick the shower, then wolves. Same again. Circle once. And keep pressing the square about 3 times at least. And possibly smash this barrel. Or 2. For one of them to give you a stick for Peter. And press the X button as it will say by the lantern. And get Edmund to light his stick. And also with some of these coins that's up in the air, you're thinking, how do I get those again? Right, well, the only way you can is get Lucy and get her to ride on a snowball, basically. And, of course, the small coins will give you a pence each time when you pick up one. And also one of the children was standing away, so I'd have thought, tell you what, go around that barrel instead. And also, each one of these characters will move automatically towards you. So you don't have to keep waiting, or either keep pushing the triangle to switch, push the R1 button to keep switching them all the time. And the only way you can tell when you're close to the coins is where there'll be a dot in the middle of the screen somewhere, or on the ground somewhere, for you to say you're close to me, you're welcome to take me. And so yeah, it will do that. Right, so don't forget you can use Susan or Edmund to do something. When I get the triangle button to popped up to say push that button now. And of course you can push the square to get Lucy to be slung across the floor and break the ice. Right, now what you want to do is get Edmund with their stick lit up on fire to burn a bit of dried wood. And then what you want to do is team up Edmund and of course Peter or Susan together. Because what you want to do is of course to press the square and of course get Edmund swinging around all over the place and smack into that thing to make a nice little bridge. But there's also some wolves to get in your way. And just keep kicking the shit out of them, because there are 15 of them in total. Don't forget, in this level. And I just keep kicking the shit out of them until the number in the middle of the screen will say 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then you can get across the bridge. Log. Right. So, I'll remind you that there are shields that can be collected unless you do smash some things up, which are these things. Any way you can collect them is make sure you're roughly in the middle of them, and then you'll collect it. And there's one shield, and the other two are there. And so those are those. But as I say, you want to try and remember where these all are and just smash them. Whichever ones you're not quite smashed yet properly.
Is everybody okay?
Then you're all good.
Mark, the avalanche, it's cracking the ice. Edmund, Lucy, one of you will have to find a safe path across the ice. Susan and I are too heavy. Hurry!
Right, and don't forget that, as Peter would say, me and Susan are too heavy. Hurry! So that means that they're too fucking heavy. So you're going to have to get Edmund or Lucy to walk across some broken ice because they're less heavy. Right, so if I were you, just see where the coins are and just follow a little path towards where they are, and then some of the ice bits will go blue, and if you look closely in the middle of the screen there'll be a number which will be 23 for you to find. So if you just see where the coins are, it'll give you guidance of where the blue is hiding. But also you'll have about 4 seconds or 3 seconds before the whole thing that will be broken collapsed into the water. So as long as you know where the coins are and roughly guide out whereabouts the next piece of a blue bit will pop up for you to say, oh yeah, there's that one, and that one, and so and so. But also you don't want to be standing too long before the thing does that. Yeah. And then once you've done that, you're all good. Right. Edmund will lose his stick, apart from Peter will not. And you'll find some wolves in it as well. And also if you want some 10p coins, you can always just get Lucy to ride on top of that barrel. Sorry. Let's redo that again. The snowball. And also with the thing that just popped up, which would be the green thing, that'll be a health kit for Lucy to use. And you can use 4 of them, I think. Or is it 5? Could be 5 actually. Because it's taking 15 off you. Or it could be 25 actually. Right, so the 10 statues will be over here, which is going to be one of them for now, because you want to get this barrel all tipped over and nudged into the water. And of course push the R1 3 times for Edmund. As you can see, that the symbol of him saying you can walk across me please, so make sure he does that. And of course don't forget the sparkly coins are 10p worth each time. Right, press square a couple of times and then a log will tip over. Right, next, of course, the tree trunk of wood that's been tipped over in bits and pieces. Right, back to this little thing over here. Use the tree trunk or ice or whatever with your stick and smash that up. One in the middle, one on the left, and one on the right that I'm doing now. And as you do, and eventually these little sods will put some fire on top of those or whatever it is. And then what you want to do is get Susan with the snowballs. L1, don't forget. And square a couple of times. And also what you can do is use whichever character you want to use. And press a couple of squares at a time. Right, also next of all, what we want to do It's probably kick the shit out of these. And the only way they're dead is when they go, hey! Right, also you find a shield, that statue, over there. Another statue over here. And another, right beside it, for you to whack. And of course, you find some blocks and stuff down here, if you want them. Also, there's be a nice little hole for Lucy to go in, because she's the smallest. So you can find a couple more pence coins if you want them. Also, you might want to get Susan to throw some snowballs at some of these dudes who want to kick the shit out of you. There'll be one of those hidden on the right hand side somewhere. Also, I'm aiming at the wrong fucking thing, but there's a statue there. So there's one tucked behind the tree. They'll be kicking the shit out of you. Right, also there's going to be a statue over where I'm throwing a snowball at. So you'll find one there. Right, also you want to use Edmund or Lucy to find yourself to find frozen blocks, which will be a nice 28 sets of them to turn into blue. To say, I'm steady, I'm not, and so and so. Just make sure you find the ones that will allow you to walk carefully, but also there'll be some of these nasty little fuckers that wants to knock you off, and of course knock your health out. Nope. But if that happens, don't worry, because you can do that bit again. But I might be okay. Oop. And you fell off then, but that's okay with me. Yeah, there's that one. Also, there'll be a statue over here, and of course there'll be a couple more of these small midgets to fucking throw arrows at you. But you can always just walk past them if you wish. There'll be a statue over here for your 8th, and of course your 9th will be over here, and your 10th will be over here. And there's that level completed. But first, you're going to kick the shit out of 20 of these wolves. So let's do that now. And of course, don't forget the square button and just kicking the shit out of them. Now these things do a good sound effect of saying, "Oh, I'm dead." No, that's not wrong with it. But we'll say tough shit. You get in our way, we'll get in your way. And you can get out of my bloody way. If you want. Well.
Lots and lots of lovely food. Well, lots and lots of...
Hello? Lucy!
Would do something like this.
Fawn Tumnus is hereby charged with high treason against Her Imperial Majesty, Jadis, Queen of Narnia, for comforting our enemies and fraternizing with humans. Signed, Morgrim, Captain of the Secret Police. But don't worry, Lou. We'll think of something.
And so there you go. There's that level completed. And we don't have to do that bullshit again. Which once again, you're probably saying that's boring me now. Yeah, that's what you have to do. On that level. And now we've got 23 statues. And the ranking's going to say a specific thing that I can sense. Yeah, good again. Boring. But fine. See if I care. There you go. Right, we're not going to pay for nothing. And also we're going to do another one or another two. Depends on the time and bits and pieces of my recording session of bits and pieces. But we'll see how it plays out. Okie dokie. Now, what do we do? What do we do? Right, well, what I would suggest that we could go back to this one, but the problem is that you're going to have to do a specific thing that I'm aware of, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it in time. But what we'll do for now is possibly move on to the frozen lake.
Now, Aslan's camp is near the stone table, just across the frozen river.
It's so far.
It's the world, dear. Did you expect it to be small? Smaller.
Oh, she's getting pissy now, isn't she? Or she's not interested. Possibly. Alright then. So, on the frozen lake this time we have got 12 statues to be collected, as well as 7 shields. Now, of course, once again, we have got some more wolves to kick the shit off. Right, also you've got some statues hidden somewhere. So you get to play music tune on this one, which is square, X, circle and X, to reveal 2 statues for you to hit if you want. Right, also what you want to do is whack a statue from over here. And then what you want to do is, of course, smack a bit of frozen ice over it for Lucy to squeeze into a little hole where you'll find a shield, and of course you'll find a statue up there. Right, next of all, what you want to do is, of course, whack this log a fair few times before some little small midgets that wants to fire fucking arrows at you. Right, while you just go to the statues and whack those a couple times. Possibly use Susan to play a tune if you want. I'll just double check it a couple bits and pieces just to jog my memory. And now that music tune will slow some people or some of the enemies to fall asleep. Also with these enemies that's throwing arrows, you want to throw arrows 2 times at each one of these ones before they're dead. And then smack the log a couple of times, and then you can go across it.
Oh no.
With Peter saying, "Oh no," and yeah, you've got these little fuckers again with their own whacking sharp blade thing. Right, first of all, what you want to do is find a shield from over there, and possibly find a statue, and also there's going to be some flying fuckers as well, whatever they are, and they're going to break the ice. Some bits anyway, so don't worry about all of it. Right, also when you stand still for a few seconds or so, some of them will come towards you and they'll break the bits and pieces, so just wait for a few seconds. Also some bits will break, some bits won't. Right, also of course you'll find some more of these flying fuckers, and also you'll find yourself a box that will be a white one. Also you'll find a statue up the top where the bomb exploded and one of those arrow midgets that was doing that to me. A statue will be over there for you to collect as well. And of course, as long as you do a couple of moves back and forwards. Also you want to push the circle button to play a music tune. And of course make sure these bastards are out your fucking way. So kick the fucking shit out of them. Or let some rock from those arrows that, or flying fuckers, whatever they are. I'm going to say they're birds. Play music tune, and then you find a shield from there. Next of all, what you want to do is press the triangle, and of course press the square for Susan to sling Lucy across the place. And then of course smack the log. And then what you do, a fair few squares with your square button, get across the log, and you find, yeah, 3 ogres. I was going to fall in the water. What a knob. And of course, yeah, one's going to throw a rock. And you'll find these little small midgets as well. Right, if I were you, you might want to push the square a couple of times, just in case you might find a thing. There'll also be some bombs and detonators and stuff for one of those troll things to chuck those things at. And of course you'll find a shield over there as well. Also, when some of these things break, you don't want to fall all in. Right, also when some of these things do that to you, and of course what they're going to do is send this thing on fire, where you're going to have to find yourself to throw snowballs. Also, don't forget, if you want to top the health bar back up, push the circle a couple of times, just once. Also, you have to try and keep close to where the log is, because every time when you're doing that, they're going to put the fire back on the log. Also, with their thrown logs, the ogres that does that, they will kill some of those a bit more quicker before you have to try and whack this log, as well as one ogre will pop out from the water, and once you've done all that crap, you can get away from all that. And some more ice is going to break. Right, you'll find some of these whacking duties And of course, what you have to do is kick the shower. And when you kill all of them, something will happen. If you look where Peter is, and where a bit of the ice block is sitting, that bit will move. And also, in the middle of the screen at the top, there is a timer. Also, you'll find a statue for you to whack. And also with a time limit, you're wondering, or probably figured out, what that is. Yeah, there could be an enemy. Right, also, you've got some ice to break. Right, also, you've only got Lucy. Right, so what you want to do is try and find the path where the blue colour bit will be. Because there's not many coins to say, hang on, there's a safe spot there. And that's all you have to do, is do those. And of course, some more of these small midgets will fucking pop up from the middle of nowhere. And also, some of these enemies that you kick the shelf will give you 30 seconds for the specific person, whoever it might be. They'll not quite get here in time. As well as, on top of everything else, you probably already figured who it might be. But I'm not going to give you any more details about that. But if you played the game before, you know exactly who it is. Also, you'll find a statue over it to make your knife. Also, you find another to make 10. Also, once again, there'll be another piece of a thing that will move forward towards you. Say, go this way now. Right, also, once again, do not, repeat not, walk straight back on to the broken pieces that's already fallen off. Or either stand far too late while you've got small blue bits that are waiting. And now the other two characters, Peter and Evan, Peter and Susan, sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. Right, also you'll find a statue over there. Right, also what you want to do is get Susan, but if I were you, give her some health first. Excuse me, get him away. And the only reason why is because you'll find a bomb and, of course, a nice little thing for you to collect, which will be a shield. There, right. Right, also what you want to do is play your music by pressing the special circle button to find another shield, which will be your final one, and possibly use a bomb or something to kick the shit out of the enemy. And basically what you want to do is collect the final one and possibly get some more time, but I don't think that's possible. And when it happens, then you'll find you've been spotted. Anyway, further ado, well, once that happens, do your bit again. Find the music tune. Oh, stop kicking the fucking shit out of me. So once again, once you've done that shit, do the music tune again with triangle, square, and triangle and square again. And then you're all good. So once you've done all that shit, kick the shit out of these bastards. And possibly get a bit more time just to keep you on top of everything else. Also some of these enemies, which will give you some more 30 seconds. Also don't die either. And so yeah, that's all you gotta do basically. And just kick the fucking shit out of them. Even if they run away or piss you off. Some of these sport. And some of them don't. Also some of these do good sound effects. Come back here. I'm not going to let you kick the fucking shit out of me. Okay, well, a bit more health, thank you. How generous. But sometimes this game can be quite generous, yep. And sometimes it just doesn't do that. And there is the children's safe.
Come here. I hope you've all been good, because there's someone here to see you.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Certainly is, Lucy. Since you have arrived.
That's where we are.
Juice of the fireflower. One drop will cure any injury. Susan. Blow on this, and wherever you are, help will come.
Thanks.
Peter. The time to use these may be near at hand. These are tools, not toys. Bear them well and wisely. Long live Aslan. And Merry Christmas.
It's not Christmas yet. It's not Christmas yet. Oh yes. And there it is. Level is complete. With of course 7 shields. And of course 12 statues. 280 coins collected. And of course, as I haven't done any spending, there won't be any coins spent. And the ranking says we have got a lovely excellent sitting on there. As well as we've got 1,791 coins and of course 35 statues. So there you go. But also, with the thing in the middle of the screen that we did have on that level, yeah, if you played the game before, you think that's nothing to do with the White Witch at all, saying we're going to be spotted. We can't be spotted from there, can we? Oh yes, it could be, but no. But still, if you watched the film before, or you've played the game before, it's not really saying it's actually the White Witch at all. It's a secret surprise. As well as close to being Christmas, so I thought, I'll tell you what, we'll play a game and see a bit of snow and possibly see Father Christmas. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so there you go. That level is complete. And of course you've got some gifts, as well as you saw on that cutscene. Was that Lucy had a little blade, and of course a nice healing bag to cure injuries, to any of the 3 other children, including herself. As well as you saw, that Susan got a horn and some bow and arrow. As well as including Peter gets a shield and of course a nice sharp blade instead of a stick to use. And so, before we go any further, right, we're going to go straight to Peter. Right, you've also got a gift sword to join for free without paying for fuck all, including the double dodge, even though you had to pay for 10 pence for that. And of course, Susan will have a gift bow, and of course, IVORY horn. So whatever the IVORY is spelled to be, but yeah, it's a special horn, which is close to being a song thing for you to use. And of course, we'll get back to Edmund in a moment. And of course, Lucy has got Fire Flower, which cures injuries a bit more quicker than usual, as well as, of course, allows you to use it a bit more, many more times instead of pushing a circle about 4 or 5 times only at a time. So you're looking at about 6 or 7 times you can push the circle button to do that store stuff. And of course, we will go to the bottom of the list of Peters. And of course, you will have now Lion Claw, or Clo, or however the CLAW is spelled to be, which is £100. And also you have Phoenix Hearts, all children, for £50 to pay for. For when you pay for it, don't forget, you don't have to keep going to each character to pay £50 every time to do that. Right, next of all, you've got Susan, which you've got now Fast Reload, which allows the arrows to be boosted up a bit more quicker. So if you push the square a load of times and you just have about 20 arrows left, and as you'll have 20 or something, and you're just not even using the special arrows again, and you're just walking around all over the place, it'll slowly allow it to go up quicker every time when you're just wandering around without even using, of course, the L1 and the square, basically. And of course, next of all, we're going to go straight to Edmund as well. Don't forget, the boys will always have Lying Crow, or Clo, or however it's pronounced. And of course, Phoenix Hearts, all children. And Lucy will have BOGGLE, Tome, if that's what TAME is spelled to be, and also Phoenix Hole. Okay, so that is what is there for you to pay for, but I am not going to pay for nothing. And possibly I am going to save it here. And of course, leave the recording here for today. But also, I will be back for some more Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe for you to see. And once again, the next level will be the Great River. And that's what we've got next. The Great River. And also, we have got the one at the bottom here that is absolutely not to be redone again, but there'll be a couple of them that's going to be redone again. But also, before I do leave, I'm going to show you the bottom drawer that are available for you to see, which is movie Peter, which will be William somebody, movie Susan, which will be Anne somebody, and a movie of Edmund, whoever the actor is, and movie of Lucy, which will be Georgie Henley. Also, we've got a bonus level, and also with the bonus levels, as I said before, with 100% on my recordings and bits and pieces, I might not be making a complete 100% walkthrough, because some of the bonus levels might be a bit more tricky for me to suss out, but also they are supposed to be tricky ones for you to sort out, but they are, some bits and pieces are straightforward. But I will try to make 100% to show you how to do them, bits and pieces, because one or two of them are a bit more tricky. But I'm pretty sure there is 3 bonus levels for you to do. I could be wrong, there could be 4. But we'll see. Right, also you've got movie, the making of Narnia. So you've got that in there. And of course we've got bonus level, which is this one, which is all is whatever ALLIES is about to be, and also it's going to have, of course, ENCLAVE, well, it's supposed to be. But don't forget the other bonus level, which was called 2 WESTERN Wood. Also, I did show you that one just a few days ago or so, but we had a bit of a accident by pushing the X button by accident, but yeah. And of course we've got movie storyboards, and of course we've got another level or something that has to be completed, but before we do get it completed or well, because we have to reach 48%, and that is going to be the bonus level, which is Frozen Lake. So that's what's coming soon. And so yeah, there it is. The Narnia, Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is almost completely finished. But there you go. There it is for today. I hope you enjoyed it so far, as well as possibly tempt yourself of playing it yourself. So yeah, once again, welcome for joining me, and of course hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall catch you sooner or later for the next one. Take care.